Hi, everyone. It's Reverend Lauri coming to you for our midweek love notes for Wednesday, November 24th. Oh my goodness. So it's Thanksgiving week, and it's a strange Thanksgiving. We're doing things differently. My husband and I are choosing to stay home. Just a few of our family members, just my children, are gathering with my husband's sister. So there'll only be about 6 or 7 of them. But I'm glad that they can get together and just be with each other for a little while. Just the 3 kids and their aunt and their little ones. So we might see the little ones for dessert later in the day. But we're staying safe. We're doing our part to help contain this virus. So, to all of you that are also staying home, a special love goes out to you because I know you're going to be missing those joyous times with each other, missing being in the presence of some you haven't seen in a long time. But now we have ways that we can reach each other. We have these wonderful computer devices and technology. We can reach out on Zoom. We can do these wonderful calls on our phones where we can actually see each other. And of course, we can talk on the telephone and text. But we're just downsizing this year. And instead of a big turkey, which we usually make, the house full of people and all the things that go with the traditional turkey dinner, this year it's just going to be my husband and I. So we're having Cornish game hen, which is one of his favorites, with cranberry rice and beautiful roasted baked sweet potatoes. So that's going to be our Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to go pick up my little one this afternoon, Kinsley. We're going to the library to get some Thanksgiving books so that we can read those fun stories and I can tell her a little bit more about what really happened at that time in history and why her Unity background teaches that every day is Thanksgiving for those of us who are insistent on looking for the possibilities and potentiality that every day brings when we focus our thinking on what is already prosperous in our lives. So I hope you've been doing your Thanksgiving and your month of gratitude work by concentrating on those things that you're grateful for. And not just material things, although that's a good way to start, because sometimes we take so much for granted. We just take things for granted that many, many other people don't even have access to. I'm reaching you today on a computer. On a computer. Do you know how many people do not have this ability? So that's a material thing that we often take for granted: our telephones, our own homes, our vehicles, all of the amazing things in our homes. I look at my books, and Kinsley loves to come into this room with me because it's our tea room, our meditation room, our quiet room. It's lofty, way up in the trees. She can commune with nature. She's gotten into the habit of coming up here by herself, just exploring grandma's things and being alone. I love that she likes to take time alone, and she draws and she writes. She's learning her letters and her words. And she calls it her privacy space because we've always shared with each other that everybody needs a privacy space where they can have their own thoughts and be with God and just enjoy being in the quiet. So she comes up here and spends a little bit of time every time she comes to my house. So she's going to ask me to come up here with her and, of course, get the honeys out of my cupboard that I use in my tea. She loves the pumpkin spiced honey. I'll have to give her a little spoonful of that. And then we'll go in the back room and look through the rows and rows and rows of books and books and books. I collected books for her mother when she was a little girl, and Kinsley loves to go through all of those. And she'll be getting them as she gets a little older because these are old books. They're in really great shape, and I want her to carry on the tradition. I hope you got your little ones reading really early too. And yes, we still visit the library. I know a lot of people don't do that any longer, but from the time she was born, when I had her throughout the week, we walked to the library at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times. It's only a couple miles from my house, and I'd plop her in her stroller and take her up, and we would just roll through the aisles. I just love the smell of a library. I love the feeling and the energy of a library and people just chilling with the book. And then as she became a toddler, we'd stroll up there and she'd participate in activity day, which was Wednesdays at 10 in the morning. And there was always a librarian in the children's room that would have some delightful children's books and all these activities and these songs, and it just became a habit. She even remembers being changed on the table in the bathroom. It's quite a memory for that little one. But now that her little sister's a year old, we've been taking her along too. So it's been quite a journey to continue this tradition, but we're going to do that today. That's kind of our Thanksgiving treat. And she's going to help me make some lemon desserts for mine and Grandpa's Turkey Day dinner. I can't wait for that. We're entering Christmas, the Christmas season. And due to this pause that we've been put in, I think it provides us a wonderful opportunity to begin to rethink these very significant, sacred, and important traditions, and to really get at the heart of what are they really for? My husband and I are going to spend time on Thanksgiving really honoring and blessing the true blessings in our lives that go beyond the material. Yes, having shelter and warm clothes and a bed to sleep in is such a gift. I'm so grateful. But having God with me and knowing that we are never alone, these past few years have given us such solid evidence of the never failing presence of that divine spirit, and how from the ashes the phoenix continues to rise as we open our heart and mind and be grateful. When we have an attitude of gratitude, great things happen. When we are focused on positive results happen. Yes, we still have challenges. Yes, there's illnesses. Yes, there's doctor's appointments and things to take care of and precautions to be mindful of. But life is a joy. It's simply a joy. Even when you're broke or temporarily penniless, even when it's really rough and you're frightened of how you're going to get food on the table, even in those times of despair, you're not alone. And you can still find that positivity in you, because when you connect to that, which is already hardwired in you, you are opening to a higher source. And you are literally being lifted up out of the misery and the darkness. That's what those scriptures talk about. And we're entering Advent on Sunday, which is my favorite time of the year. It gives us great opportunity to go deeply into the story of the journey to Bethlehem and what that means today in each of our lives, how we can choose to return to Bethlehem and the manner in which we return and claim our true soul, the birth of that great light. I can't wait to journey through this year. And you know what's really weird? But for over 20 years, I've been journeying through the Unity trip to Bethlehem. And so I have years and years of not just college research and papers I've done, but research that I've conducted these decades of getting ready for Advent and really diving into scripture, diving into the languages and diving into the spirit of it. My dear mother, when I was a platform minister before at Unity of Citrus, for all those years, she kept all of my notes, all of my scratches, all of my research on every talk I ever gave, not just the videos, but the records. And she kept them in these great big binders for me by year. And the holidays she kept separate. And I have one big binder of just Advent and all the research on hope and love and peace and joy and where all that came from, and the entire journey that Joseph and Mary took metaphysically through the land of Egypt and around Bethlehem, and so much research. I can't find it. I can't find my Advent book anywhere. So I'm like doing all my St. Timothy, please come around. Something is lost and cannot be found. Help me find it. I can't find it. This huge book. So I know what God's really telling me. It's time to start a fresh book with fresh information and all of these fresh new experiences. So I'm coming into Advent wide open, in full surrender, and ready for the downpouring and filling of the divine information just as I need it. So join me for the trip and we'll see what we unpack. Anyway, I do hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving celebration wherever you are. Please remember to hold those heroes in your prayers and in your gratitude work, those heroes in our health fields, in the hospitals, in the nursing homes, in the classrooms, in the medical field, in the scientific fields, in the first responders, in all of those working day and night, exhausted and with little resources so many times, working to keep us alive. Let's do everything we can to support them. Call some charities in your local community, some nonprofit organizations that need your donations, that need your support and need your love. Do that as your Thanksgiving gift to the world and to humanity. And I'm going to leave our time on this Wednesday, this midweek, with a beautiful prayer I found by Saint Therese of Lisieux. You don't hear much about her, but her writings were profound and beautiful. Oh, we're going to do one whole month on just the saints and what profound experiences they had and how they shared them with the world. This is beautiful. It's just a sweet, simple prayer. Take this with you for Thanksgiving. May today there be peace within. May you trust God that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, to dance, to praise, and to love. It is there for each and every one of us. Thank you. I love you. I will see you Sunday as we begin Advent. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time.